How are all you doing? Hi. Thank you for joining. Hey, AM. Hey, Abundant Rose. Hey, Tyler. All right, I'm so excited to connect with you all today. Happy new moon in Capricorn. Also, it is a partial solar eclipse today. So really exciting. It's actually the solar eclipse is tomorrow. But for some of you, it'll be really early in the morning. I'm not exactly sure the times for everybody, so make sure you check on your own. You can Google the times for the solar eclipse for tomorrow, so you can potentially see some of that shift. Some regions won't be able to see it, but some will, so definitely check some maps on Google by just Googling that and seeing if you can see it from your area, because it will be pretty cool. This is a partial solar eclipse tomorrow, so it's not going to be a full solar eclipse. The full one, the next full solar eclipse is July 2nd of 2019. So mark your calendars for that, because that'll be really beautiful to watch, to see the whole moon cast its shadow over the sun and then reveal the sun on the other side. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. If you've never seen an eclipse, definitely try to see one at least once in your lifetime, because it is life-changing and you can feel the energy shift when you see it too. So super, super beautiful. Hi, Gemini. Hi, Susan. All right, so thank you all so much for joining. Hey, Cosmic Caitlin. Hey, Bales. All right, so I want to get into all of this information because there is a bit to go over. And I want to start, let me get to the beginning of my notes here. All right, I want to start with the new moon in Capricorn, which is going on tonight, the 5th, January 5th. Now, this is going to be a really exciting energy because it is finally the first push forward of that January energy, that new year energy that we've been waiting for. It didn't hit right away on the 1st. It took a little bit of time, and now we're kind of feeling the ambition and the motivation and the movement forward again. So that feels really good. Getting out of kind of some of the sludge of this week that felt a little bit shadow-esque, dealing with the shadow side, any self-doubt, any kind of worry or concern, frustration, anxiety, surges of anger or feeling hopeless. Some of that was really strong for you this week, and I know I went through a little bit of it as well, because it was just, the energy was just so strong and we really needed to purge. Remember, we talked about this in the weekly reading that I posted on Sunday on my YouTube channel. We talked about that final purge for the new moon and what it meant to do that during this new year change, and how important it was to get rid of all the residue of negative thoughts, toxic behaviors, toxic belief systems, toxic emotions, toxic interactions and relationships, and how important it was to see that and accept it for what it was and do whatever is necessary action-wise to clear it or set boundaries or create new patterns of your thinking or emotions, so that you can really feel into the excitement and the truth of the bliss that is within you for this new year. So a lot of that is going on finally now, and we're feeling that. I know that I did a video a couple of days ago, I think it was Thursday or maybe even yesterday, Friday, I can't remember, about that kind of shadowy energy, and it was really in reference to the Saturn influence over the astrology right now. Saturn is paired with the sun, and since we're in a solar eclipse and we're feeling that new moon energy, we're actually feeling that Saturn influence all the way into this weekend with the solar eclipse tomorrow. So we're feeling that kind of tough love energy. Saturn is like the tough love father. He's like the energy, the planet that is kind of putting you in check and making sure, hey, you said this was your goal. This is what you haven't been doing to reach it. Now it's time to kick your butt into gear and get those things done. He kind of knocks you back into your alignment, but in a tough love kind of way. So it can feel a little bit anxious and nerve-wracking and kind of dreadful at first, but then if you can take it as what it is, which is trying to help you, it's trying to propel you forward, it's trying to give you that push to succeed and to really move into full alignment with your truth. When you accept that reality, then that tough love becomes a tool for you to really progress and become really productive this year. So use that for what it is, and take account of any of that shadow self that is surfacing, and make sure that you know that it's for a purpose. It's to tell you that it's time to let that go and to find new structures to use to help navigate yourself in this world, so that you're not kind of slipping back into those old ways, okay? So ambition and motivation is getting things going. It's allowing us to do a lot of master planning. This is going into the new moon Capricorn, so I'm going to go over those characteristics. I kind of did a summary of both just now. So also, we're talking about the eclipse again, bringing a light shadow of anxious, overwhelming emotion or energy. We're balancing that by staying in the present. So all the things I just talked about with all of that kind of shadow energy, the best way to navigate that as well is to be in the present moment, to allow yourself to not feel too overwhelmed by all of that ambition to do a lot more for your future, to succeed in the intentions that you've put forth in your new year resolutions, and to also allow yourself to see the full picture in what you're trying to obtain by balancing and knowing that it's not about really having it all already and jumping ahead to be there. It's about the journey to get there. Right now, it's about where you're at in the present moment in relevance to where you want to be, and to not focus on it in a way of comparing yourself to where you're at and where you want to be and kind of creating that duality, but instead allowing yourself to be excited for what's to come and focused on what you can do now in this present moment to help move the energy towards your goal. So don't look too far into the future. Don't start beating yourself up for not being where you want to be yet or not having what you want to have yet. It's not about that. It's about enjoying what you're learning in this moment and how that's affecting you now, okay? Also, we're feeling a lot of the intentions circling too with that new year. So allowing us to feel kind of this double whammy of energy. It's not just a new moon, but it's a new year. So we're building a lot of intentions. We're setting a lot of intentions mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So be kind to yourself. Be very patient with yourself on what it is that you want to bring forth. And know that there's going to be ups and downs in that. There's going to be hiccups in the road. There's going to be detours in the journey here and there. But all of that is allowing you to take the path of least resistance. And when you call on your spirit guides, sorry, my dog's getting rambunctious. Go lay down. When you call on your spirit guides and you ask them to bring you more of that good energy of guidance, of clarity, of love, of support, then you don't feel so clouded by all of those intentions. You just know that you're ready to move with the energy and follow the guidance of your spirit instead of feeling so in control. You don't want to take a lot of control with this Capricorn new moon or the new year in general. You really just want to allow for all of the things you intended for to come to you and to stay in the present moment of enjoying the journey while that's happening, okay? All right, also, let's see what else I wrote here for notes. So this is the first big push of the energy, like I talked about. Visualizing what you want is really great for this because it allows you to kind of stay in a present moment perspective where you can imagine what you're wanting. In this present moment, you can be sitting in that energy. Even though you're imagining what you want in the future, you're sitting in the now, manifesting that emotion and that vibration. You're visualizing what it looks like to live that life, what it feels like emotionally to live that life, what it kind of mentally, strategically aligns in with that as well. You kind of use your mind, you see a bigger picture, kind of a blueprint as well of what you want. And that's a very powerful way to stay in the present moment without focusing too much on the difference between where you're at and where you're going to be, but also making sure that you're setting the intentions and that you're manifesting along the way. So use vision boards. Close your eyes a few times a day and visualize what you want. See it clearly, feel it clearly, imagine yourself there, living it, breathing it. And then don't focus on much else. Don't allow yourself to try to take control. Know that by doing that visualization and by setting that image very clearly in your third eye and in your subconscious, the universe is responding by aligning it all so that that picture comes to be. So just trust that. And then allow also the motivation that you get from the present moment when you come out of that visualization to act on whatever you're excited for, to create that visualization to happen, to manifest. So maybe you come out of that visualization and you're like, wow, I just got this great urge to design the logo for this business I've been wanting to create. I finally kind of have an idea of what I want to use for a logo. And then you start drawing it out. Following that inspiration right here in the now is you listening to your angels, listening to your higher self, listening to your spirit guides, and allowing them to give you the inspiration, and you just follow it. You just act on it by getting that idea and then moving forward and going to design that logo or going to have that meeting with that person that you think could help you in your vision. It's going to be a really powerful year for that. So speaking your truth during all of that, speaking your truth to yourself by being clear with your vision and honest with your passion, about your passion, and also being clear with others on your vision and what you want to create is going to be very powerful in that as well. That's what this year is about, with the 3 influence of this 2019, which equals 12, and then 1 + 2 = 3. So we have a ton of truth speaking and honesty and integrity that's going to move that energy forward as well. All right. We talked about the Saturn sun with the tough love opportunity. So any feelings of self-doubt, hopelessness, aggression, victim-based thinking, make sure you're honest with yourself and look at the big picture to make the necessary shifts. All of those emotions and energies are there for a reason, to let you know that it's time to release them so that you can come into more balance for this new year. Connect with the earth. This is a Capricorn new moon influence. So Capricorn is an earth sign, and it's encouraging you in this new moon to connect with the earth. Go on a hike, go walk some trails, go visit some lakes, go fishing, go connect with the earth in some way. Garden, plant, do something that allows you to feel into the earth, into Mother Gaia, and connect with her in that way, because with that energy, you're also connecting to your ability to create new growth, to grow and plant new seeds, to allow yourself to feel into and harbor that energy of new growth. So enjoy that as well. I hiked a mountain this morning with a bunch of beautiful goddesses for my new music video, Nothing For Us, which will be coming out on 1/11 next Friday. And so I'm going to keep up the tradition of releasing a new music video every month on a powerful portal day. So 1/11 will be the new music video, Nothing For Us. And we hiked a mountain today, and it felt so good to connect with earth. And it was like so much energy. There was like a vortex of energy coming out of the earth that just felt so eager to connect with us. And I really feel like that was a big part of this Capricorn new moon, and feeling into that ability to harmonize with the creator spirit within us when we harmonize our energy with the creative spirit of this planet, of this earth, which is Mother Earth. All right, some other things for January and for this week, and just all around general energy. The January card for this month is freedom. I did a New Year's reading on New Year's Day where I pulled a card for every month, and this month's card was freedom. So this whole month has a energetic kind of influence of freedom on it. And so we want to remember that as well when we're moving in this new moon, when we're creating new energy. New moons are great for setting new intentions, for clearing your slate from the energies from before that, and allowing yourself to step into a new path, a new alignment. And so we're really feeling into that with that sense of freedom. If you're feeling stuck in things, certain dynamics in your life, certain relationships, certain thought patterns or emotions, if you're feeling stuck at all or stagnant, it's time to feel liberated by speaking your truth, unveiling what your truth is to yourself and what is causing you to feel stuck. What isn't moving for you? What are you having this kind of eagerness and sense of urgency for, but you're not able to satisfy it? What is the void that you feel like you have? And when you target and identify that void, you're able to also identify the solution, whatever that you feel you need to make you feel free, to liberate you from that stagnant energy or that feeling of being stuck. And it's a perfect time to jump into new beginnings and to take risks that your higher self or your intuition is telling you to do. Because it's a new year, because it's a new moon in Capricorn specifically, you have a lot of support right now from the angels and from the earth energy and the stars to create new abundance. So if you're feeling stuck in some certain area, maybe it's work, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a thought pattern, it's time to free yourself now. It's time to move in the other direction, away from that stagnant energy, away from that feeling that just doesn't feel like your truest self, okay? All right, now also with the solar eclipse tomorrow is going to amplify all of the characteristics of the new moon. So it's all about rebirth energy, rebirthing your energy, kind of creating new from what you've had before and releasing anything that no longer serves so that you can revitalize your energy, re-amplify the energy that has felt stagnant or suppressed. If you used to be a big creative, you love to maybe paint or write or sing, and you haven't done that in a while, you've been stifling that energy and something feels like it's missing, maybe it's time to re-energize, revitalize, reignite that creative energy within you. Start singing again, start writing again, start painting again, and notice how you feel. Notice what that energy does for you in bringing you new life as well. We get new life brought to us when we act on things that we know are a big part of our passion that we haven't nurtured ourselves with in a while. So make sure you do that. Now the moon shadow blocks the sun, and it can only happen on a new moon. That's what happens when the solar eclipse happens. The moon shadow is blocking the sun. So there is a little bit of that shadow influence in emotions. So notice if you have any negative emotions, let that tell you something about what it is that you want to reveal new light on. That energy is giving you new light. It's shining new light on areas where you need that revitalizing energy, where you need that rebirth. So take that for what it is and make sure you notice those things. All right, new changes are here. This is a big one. Go after the big dreams. It's all about being ambitious, dreaming big, believing in your ability to achieve those dreams, and knowing that the universe is aligning everything for you when you take one step at a time by staying in the now and believing and visualizing what it is that you're going after and just trusting in that process. So keep pushing. That's a big thing. Do not give up during this time. I know a lot of my friends and a lot of people around me have been feeling that sense of anxiety. We talked about that shadow from Saturn. It also goes along with that moon shadow over the solar eclipse. And that is sometimes so overwhelming that it makes us want to quit things that we love, quit believing in ourselves or the reality that we see for ourselves that makes us the happiest. And it's not time to quit. Do not give up on yourself, and do not give up on the universe's support of you. Remember, we have to see ourselves through Source's eyes, through the universe's eyes. We are infinite beings of creation that are an extension of Source. And so for us to be implanted and enriched with that energy, we are so powerful. So if we ever feel like giving up, then that is something that we're choosing to surrender to. We don't have to surrender to that part of ourselves. That's the part of ourselves that likes to doubt. That's the ego side, the more human side that's not connected to that source light within us. So reconnect with your source light and remember that you can create a new dynamic at any moment if you're not happy with the one that you're in. And you can believe in that because you're an extension of Source, and you've seen Source do that for others and in other ways for other civilizations and people and beings and just systems over eons of time. So of course we can create more. We've seen the development of Source light. We've seen the wave of that creation and that creative force. So trust that that wave is within you and that you can also manipulate it into your favor and allow yourself to be enriched by that exciting quality. Okay, so I was asked to share a new moon ritual, so I'm going to share just a couple of them. I actually already did. I shared one of them. The one that I recommended is the visualization. So closing your eyes, visualizing exactly what you want, all the way down to the littlest detail if you can, your emotions, your experiences, your relationships around you, the things around you that you can see and perceive and feel and touch and taste, all of that, visualizing it and creating a vision board will be really helpful for this new moon. But also, I pulled a new moon ritual from my beautiful goddess, my sister goddess, the Unicorn Goddess. So you can go to her blog, theunicorngoddess.com, and read this ritual fully, but I will kind of summarize it for you. And she talks about going outside and stargazing, sitting under the sun and feeling into the fact that you can see the stars so much more clearly on a new moon. The new moon is when the kind of more of the dark side of the moon is cast, and so you don't see the moon as clearly, but you can see the stars so clearly during a new moon because the nighttime is so dark. And so you can allow yourself to stargaze, stay in the present moment while you do. See if you can absorb all of the light from the stars and not try to name the stars or focus on what constellation it is that you're seeing, but simply just gaze at them with appreciation and this kind of awe and wonder, and allow yourself to just feel into the present moment with that. You can also, while you're doing that, set your intentions with your closed eyes. You can, you can close your eyes after staring at the stars and begin to set your intentions, connecting with the stars, looking up at the stars, and then closing your eyes to connect with them in a spiritual way, almost to see them again in your mind's eye, and to set your intentions and ask your light within you to connect with the light of the stars and feel this beautiful harmony of them sending you light and you sending them light of your intention for what you want to create, and them sending you more light to create that. And so there's this beautiful harmony that comes with that, and it's almost like this cycle of the moon. It's almost like this beautiful tide, this ebb and flow, the cycle of the moon as well. And you can feel that energy and enjoy that night life and that kind of bliss that comes with that acceptance of the darkness and the light within that, and seeing how that can manifest into new creation, the creation of new worlds. And so that was a really beautiful new moon ritual that she posted about, and I really liked that. So definitely try that and go check it out. You can read the full new moon ritual that she posted on her blog, theunicorngoddess.com. I think that's all of my notes for the general stuff, which means we get to go into the zodiac signs. All right, I will talk about a couple of crystals real quick before I do the zodiac signs. Yes, I will. Okay, so Botswana agate, I talked about this in my weekly reading. Really, really good for healing and for healing the divine feminine, and bringing more purity into the divine feminine, cleansing the divine feminine, and also cleansing any of the scar tissue that surrounds the reproductive organs, also any scar tissue or any trauma energy or walls around the heart. This is really good for, and it's got this beautiful pinkish hue and kind of a flesh tone. And so it's really, really beautiful, and it's kind of oceanic in its energy. It feels very like much like water or the ocean tide. Really, really healing. Also, this is ocean agate. So I'm getting a lot of like ocean stones, oceanic stones. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see that pretty well. But it's got like these little tiny specks in it that almost look like shells. But it's really, really cool. That's a great one for this new moon, another one for the new moon. These ones are very watery and based, so this is going to be good for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces specifically, for any healing of emotions as well. But really, really good stones for meditation, for cleansing, for healing, and for allowing yourself to set new intentions with the purging of the old stuff, okay? Also, Celestite. We talked about this before in another reading a few months ago. This is the angelic stone, the stone of the angels, the crystal of the angels. It's beautiful. And this is a really great stone for manifesting more support from your angels, for more connection with your angels. You can also call upon Archangel Michael. He's been really strong in influence this week and even last week. And so using the Celestite to manifest more of that connection and feel their energy around you and their support is really, really beautiful. I just got like a wave of energy when I said that. It was like really, whew, it was intense. Yeah, and Yochi Avala said oceanic. Yeah, it's oceanic Jasper, or I'm sorry, oceanic agate. It might be Jasper. Agate or Jasper, look it up. It's like, see how it's got these like little shells, and you can kind of see it better now. It's like a dark stone, and it's got these little specks in it. I'm pretty sure it's oceanic agate or ocean agate. Okay, another one, clear quartz for that purging, releasing any of that energy if you're still feeling some of that anxiety or overwhelming energy or any of the old energies of last year, anything still lingering. Use your clear quartz and start to ask for those cords to be fully plucked and released so that you can feel that full purge and cleansing after that. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, so take your time, be patient, and just call on that crystal and keep as much clear quartz around you during that purge. Purging is really just like how grieving is with any kind of loss. Purging is the same kind of process. There's a lot of stages of purging, anger, sadness, frustration, hopelessness, and then there's other stages when you kind of reach that limit where you're feeling revitalized, re-inspired, excited to start anew. And so it takes a little while for some people. Everybody's different. Some people purge things really fast. Some people purge things slower. Some people purge different things at different times. So be patient with yourself if you're feeling that, and be kind to yourself, and don't pressure yourself if you're feeling any of that overwhelming energy still. It will pass. It's only temporary, okay? Citrine, I'm always talking about citrine for abundance, okay, because we are stabilizing a lot of abundance with this Capricorn new moon. It is a great laying foundation for abundance, so bring that in for all of your intentions and ask for abundance with that. And then also I got that it's important to have some of this aquamarine around. Aquamarine is another watery kind of stone, kind of crystal, and it's really interesting that so many of the watery energies are coming through with this Capricorn new moon. It's kind of blending with that earth energy, and it's really neat because it is a kind of beautiful synergy between them. And the aquamarine, I feel, is really good for healing, heart healing, and also just stabilizing your energy in a really smooth, balanced way, okay? All right, let's get into the zodiac signs. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I didn't write anything down for that, so I'm gonna go right off the top of the head with my intuitive abilities and see what all of these energies are saying for each of the signs. So let's take some nice deep breaths together just to get into a nice vibe, breathing deeply. Okay, for earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. We are in that Capricorn new moon with the solar eclipse influence. So you earth signs are building right now. You're laying foundation. You're creating new structures. You're starting to see the blueprints of new energy being built. And it is time to use that earth influence to start making more of your dreams come true and allowing yourself to channel that earth influence. The earth is stable. The earth is strong. The earth is fertile for new seeds to grow. The earth is also incredibly transformative and versatile. And so allowing yourself to feel into that versatility, that transformability, to that transformation, transformability, maybe, that transformation, and allowing yourself to tap into that fully and believe in your ability to support yourself in your dreams. Know that it is possible. You are that earth element. You have that within you. And right now with this Capricorn new moon, that earth energy influence, you are able to do even more of that, to tap in more of that, and to create more of that momentum. So allow yourself to be ambitious, to keep laying that foundation, to do the work, and to focus on what you need to do right ahead of you, step by step. Don't focus too far in the future or the past, step by step in the kind of present moment. And it's about that fertility of the seeds to grow. You are fertile for new energy. That also means, earth signs, that there may be some unexpected changes coming up where you've manifested a new path for yourself. So make sure that if there's something that unexpected happens, that you pay attention and look at the bigger picture and see, oh, is this part of the manifestation of what I've been building? Is this fitting into the blueprint somehow? And then you can kind of relax and not feel any anxiety because you know it's for a purpose. Okay, so that's the earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Enjoy feeling into that stability, enjoy building that new ground, enjoy feeling fertile in that, and also just make sure that you're not feeling doubtful of your ability to provide for yourself or regressing into anything that will limit your ability to tap in fully to that truest potential that you have. Okay, all right. So also real quick for the earth signs, with that solar eclipse energy, that's kind of what I'm talking about with the tiny bit of shadow that kind of comes through, is just that any self-doubt or anything that's kind of making you second guess yourself. No second guessing yourself, earth signs. Trust in your ambition, trust in your intuition, and trust in the opportunities that are coming forth right in front of you that are telling you to move forward. That is your sign. So take it as it is, okay? All right, water signs: Cancers, Scorpios, Pisces, okay? All of you are feeling into more of that water energy with the Capricorn. So this is where kind of all of these kind of stones come from. The Aquamarine, the Botswana Agate, the ocean agate, and feeling into the watery aspect that connects with the earth element. What I mean by that is that your emotions, your ability to feel into the clarity of your mind when you meditate is really strong right now, water signs. So use that ability to meditate and to connect to your inner truth, your light within, to help you build new things, to help you lay new grounds, to help you fertilize those seeds. You're that water energy. So you want to meditate a lot. You want to use that visualization a lot to get yourself into that energy more, and to really allow yourself to fully envelop yourself in this kind of stable emotional clarity when you meditate. So focus on things like what you want to feel emotionally. So when you're meditating, focus on, maybe you're wanting to bring in abundance. So focus on abundance and allow yourself to just kind of, in your own mind's eye, imagine what abundance looks like to you, and breathe deeply and kind of think to yourself the word abundance or any other words that come to mind that mean abundance to you. And when you do that, you feel into this whole kind of new bliss and new understanding of your role in creating what you want, because the answers come to you with that watery, meditative energy. I say water and meditation go really close together because water is kind of a cleansing energy and meditation is cleansing for the mind. And we've done a lot of cleansing of your emotions over the past few months with those water signs. So allowing you now to center into that truth of being able to meditate calmly and relaxed and be able to feel clarity finally with that strong evolution and transformation that you all had over the last couple of months. So now you get to really enjoy what that meditation is going to bring and the fruits of that. Okay, and water signs, if you have trouble meditating, make sure you watch my YouTube video on my YouTube channel about meditation, meditating your own way. There's a lot of good tips on there. You don't always have to sit in the same position or stay still. You can do movement meditation. You can do different types of meditation. You can really get in whatever position is comfortable for you. And that's for everybody, not just water signs, but since they are encouraged to meditate this moon, that can be a really good helpful tool, okay? All right, air signs, my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquarius. All right, so for my air signs, that new moon energy is really strong as well, and it's allowing us to no longer have that strong, airy kind of grasping at ideas like this. I always think of air signs like we're always floating in the clouds. We're always kind of a little bit disconnected from like exactly what's going on. Usually staying in the present moment for air signs can sometimes be a little bit difficult because we like to daydream a lot and we're usually thinking a lot and we're really like kind of just in the clouds, like I said. So this Capricorn new moon is grounding us right now, air signs. So my Geminis, my Libras, my Aquarius, all of the ideas and inspirations that you usually have that are super inspiring and exciting and creative are finally starting to feel like they're coming into fruition in the physical more. They have more opportunities, more fertile ground again with that Capricorn energy to lay those seeds and actually create something from it instead of having them just be ideas or just be thoughts or emotions. They're actually coming into the physical. So make sure you're aware of what it is you're thinking, feeling, inspired by, and make sure that anything that you're intending for or anything that you're focusing on mentally is in the right direction. It's in alignment with what you want to bring into your life, because we are powerful manifestors, air signs. So we want to make sure we're manifesting the right energy, especially when we have that Capricorn earth influence that's really grounding it into the physical more, okay? All right, fire signs. Lastly, for my fire signs, my Aries, my Leo, my Sagittarius. All right, for the fire, you are feeling into a strong, solid foundation. You're almost like putting the clay into the urn, or into the kiln, I'm sorry, kind of burning that earth energy and creating it as making it a solid formation. So you're really kind of solidifying plans right now. You're moving into the opportunities to make things more permanent for yourself. The energies that you're wanting to create, you're feeling that. Also, if you're not in that mode yet, you might also be in this mode of that stagnant energy that we talked about, maybe feeling like you're stuck somewhere, you're not able to move. So you're either feeling that or you're feeling kind of this like solidifying of plans that you've been really putting and developing in for a while. So whichever one it is, notice that and make sure that you're paying attention to how you are maybe fueling those things. So if it is something that you're solidifying that you really have developed over time and are excited to kind of have be more permanent, then definitely allow yourself to use your speech, use your strength of your pride and your courage and your confidence to help continue solidifying that plan into place. But if you're feeling stuck or stagnant, use your courage and your bravery and your confidence to move out of that space and to move into a place of movement if you're feeling stuck. So either way, make sure you're paying attention to that and know that you have the ability to add to the energy or to move that energy into another environment, another lane, another experience, and to kind of transmute it in that way. So use that fire signs. Those are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Use that as a tool. Also with the solar eclipse, we're also shining a lot of light on the areas that might need movement, might need a little bit more attention or revitalizing energy, because we are in that solid energy with you all. You want to make sure that you're shining light on those energies that feel really permanent and making sure that you're happy with them being permanent, or if they are something that you're feeling is going towards becoming more permanent for you in your life, maybe commitments are coming up, you're being pressured to make certain commitments at work or in relationships, make sure that if you're getting that pressure that you're moving in that direction if you want that. But if you don't want that, don't sign up for commitments that you're not really wanting, because you don't want to get stuck in that energy. Okay, that's for the fire signs. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards before we end this out. Thank you all for staying with me on this. And also I did do a weekly reading at the beginning of this week, Sunday, and it was really great. And so I do that every Sunday. So I'll be doing another one tomorrow at 1:11 p.m. Central Time live on my YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, make sure you click the link in my bio on my Instagram and follow that link so you can subscribe. And if you're watching it here on YouTube, then I will be seeing you tomorrow live on there as well, because I'm sure you're already subscribed and ready to watch it. But I will be doing another weekly reading tomorrow at 1:11 p.m. Central. So just look forward to that. All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards for this new moon in Capricorn. These are the Angels of Atlantis deck. Here's, oop, not yet. I thought that was a card sticking out, but it was not, hadn't made its mind up yet. That's the one. These two are together. Okay. All right. And let's see which ones are coming forth for us. All right, another angel deck. Moving Isis out of the way. Okay. So just asking and feeling into whatever guidance we need. We've got 2 cards so far. I'm going to ask now. I think these were the 2 new moon cards. So I'm going to ask now. I'm going to ask now for any card for the solar eclipse tomorrow, guidance for that. And we'll get some more guidance tomorrow in that weekly reading on my YouTube. And, oh, it's coming out of the bottom, this one. All right, perfect. Okay, let's see what the cards say, shall we? Okay, Angels of Atlantis. The first card for the new moon in Capricorn, Wisdom from Metatron. Sorry if this is backwards, by the way. It's on selfie mode, but just check out the picture. It says Wisdom, and Metatron, it says Metatron at the top and then Wisdom at the bottom. And it's got the Sphinx there, which is so beautiful. And this is talking about ancient wisdom. And this is so good that this card came up, because it's like my guides are telling me, they're like tapping on me on the shoulder, like, you forgot to tell them that one part. So I did. I forgot to tell you that we have a really strong influence with Capricorn being the, what did they say? The ruler of history, the master of history, the ruler of history. That's what Capricorn kind of represents. And so Capricorn, the influence of that with the new moon and Metatron here is encouraging us to tap into our ancient wisdom, our ancestral wisdom, our ties to our ancestors and our lineage, and to understand that divine wisdom within that comes from that lineage and those ancestral ties. So if you don't know anything about your ancestral history or your lineage, make sure you try to check out something about it. See if you can do some research and uncover some mysteries there. Or maybe you want a past life reading to help you kind of unlock some mysteries of your ancient ties to past lives or ancient civilizations or your ancestral connections. So I can do that for you, no problem. If you're looking for a past life reading, I do offer that, and they are always so much fun to do, and we always uncover a ton of information. So that's what Metatron is really encouraging us to do, is to look within and see and find the wisdom that we carry from our ancestors and from our ancient connections, our connections to ancient ties, okay? And it's cool because it does have like a lot of that creative energy, that orange and that solar energy as well with that yellow. So it's really encouraging more of that solar energy. It's going to help us move forward. That connection, that information, that wisdom is going to help us move forward and create more of that energy with our solar plexus and our sacral chakra. All right, next card, Shamael, and it says Serenity. And this is really a beautiful card. It's violet, just like the crown chakra, and it's encouraging us to use our third eye, just like we talked about, to create that inner peace, to meditate and visualize what we want, to take a more observational standpoint when it comes to energy, and allow us to just connect with our higher power, our higher self, our guides, and find peace in that connection and send them our intentions, and then finally just follow their guidance with a peaceful understanding of the present moment, and also not really focusing too much on taking too much control, just being ambitious and staying motivated in the areas where we know we see the energy is flowing, and having peace and understanding and trust that all of that is leading us to where we want to be, and visualizing it clearly with the third eye in the meantime, okay? So those are our new moon energies, Metatron with wisdom and Shamael with serenity. For the solar eclipse energy for tomorrow, we have harmony. And this card came up last week also. And so it's a really strong card right now for this new year. And harmony is all about really balancing ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Finding the parts of ourselves that are dualistic, really recognizing any of that shadow side, any of this part of us that we want to clear or bring into balance or kind of revitalize or transmute so that we become more harmonic with what we want and what our truest selves represent. So tapping into that harmony by letting go of any shadow, accepting whatever that shadow is telling us with awareness and understanding and clarity, and then balancing it mentally, spiritually, emotionally for that solar eclipse. That's really what the solar eclipse is all about, with that shadow casting over, the moon's shadow casting over the sun temporarily, giving us inspiration to move into harmony, balance, yin and yang, light and shadow, and understanding the duality and accepting and loving it and being harmonized in it. Okay? As if I didn't drill it in hard enough, right? Couple announcements. Like I said, I've got that Nothing For Us video dropping next Friday, so make sure you pay attention to my page. I will be dropping that also really big on my Madam Rissa page. MADAM_Rissa is my artist page. You can get to it through my Instagram on Readings by Rissa, and I always drop a lot of my music stuff on there. So if you really like my music, definitely check that out. Nothing For Us video coming on Friday, 1/11/2019, and my album Spirit Junkie is out, so you can hear the entire album on all streaming services. Spirit Junkie by Rissa Vibes, okay, for some really good high vibe energy conscious music. And then tomorrow we are back on YouTube live at 1:11 p.m. Central for a weekly reading to see what the energy has in store for us all next week, to pull some cards and to meditate and vibe out with each other in this beautiful web of light community that we've created here. Yay! So thank you all so much. Make sure to also check out that blog that I mentioned, theunicorngoddess.com. She has a beautiful blog all about the new moon energy and new moon rituals to follow for that. So definitely go check that out for even more information on the new moon in Capricorn. I love you all so much. Mwah! Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for contributing your energy and your light and your love and supporting me in all that I do. I support you in all that you do. You can do it. You are amazing. You are powerful. You are enriched with the energy of the new world, and you are ready to create your new beginning, your new alignment, and your new adventure this year into your truth, into your light, into all of your pure positive potential. I love you all. Readings by Rissa here, Rissa Vibes, signing out. Peace.